You over here freaking out, which makes me wonder what have you been up to?
Didn't I tell you that gaslighting was coming up? Here it is. So, so much to unpack. Hold on. Let's start from the beginning. So he stopped coming home at his usual time. He was so routine at first, 3:30 to 4, 3:30 to 4. Now all of a sudden you just a house hunting machine, and every day after work you're going to look at these homes, and you're not getting home until 4, 5, 6, 6:30. It's inconsistent. So suspicious. We're not even gonna name what it could be, but that's suspicious. The next suspicious thing she said, why you beefing with the female neighbor? Why all of a sudden you got beef with her and she's making comments and you worried about her music being loud and what type of men she got in and out of her house? Sounds like you have some type of sexual tension going on your part. You may be attracted to the woman or whatever it is, but it sounds like he's creating beef because maybe he tried to get with her and she didn't want him, or maybe he made advances and she rejected him, so now all of a sudden he mad. But whatever it is, it ain't what he making it seem. So red flag alert. His behavior is also showing some control issues because, first of all, why are you worried about what type of men she got in and out of her house? You're letting your wife know that you find that to be inappropriate behavior for a woman. So you're being judgmental, but you're also minding someone else's business. So that I feel like is going to be used against her in the future as well. Like, oh, you trying to be like such and such? Do you get down like that too? If she tries to defend this woman or any type of woman like that in the future, little things like that. He's setting the stage for his control issues, his judgmental ways, and um, pinning women against each other. Eventually, this is going to go one or two ways with the neighbor. She's either going to defend the neighbor, like, that's her business. She's a nice lady. I've talked to her before, or, what she does at her house is none of our concern. Or she's going to have to back her man up, and it's going to create tension between her and that woman because she's got a beef with her because her man got beef with her. So either way, it's going to be messy. Also, if there ever is an instance where the neighbor comes to the woman to woman, and maybe tells her, your man is being inappropriate with me, or he flirted with me, or whatever, it already invalidates what she has to say because he's setting this tension between the two of them where he can be like, that girl is jealous. She sees us and what we got going on, and she's just making up lies. You know, I see what you're doing. I want to give you all a breakdown of the 7 stages of trauma bonding. Love bombing. They shower you with love, flattery, appreciation in order to gain your affection. Trust and dependency. They do everything to gain your trust and make you depend on them heavily for love and validation. Criticism. They gradually start criticizing you. They blame you for things and become more demanding. Gaslighting. When things go wrong, they tell you that it's all your fault. They make you doubt your own perceptions and manipulate you into believing their narrative. Resigning to control. You no longer know what to believe, but your only way of experiencing the good feelings of stage one, which is love bombing, is by giving in and doing things their way. Loss of self. When you fight back, things get worse. You settle for anything to have some peace and make fights stop. You lose all your confidence. And addiction. You get addicted to the highs and lows. Your body is on a constant cortisol high, which is stress, and craves dopamine, pleasure. The This creates a cycle of dependency that feels a lot like a drug addiction. I wanted to give you all that information because we want to put names to these things. So we already see that he has love bombed her from the beginning. He's showing up, he's doing all of these great things, he's making her feel like, oh my God, I got this good man. And he's providing the trust and dependency. He's been showing up for her, he's been consistent, he's been doing all of the things, showing proof. And then we just talked about in a previous video the criticism, those little comments that turn into big problems later on. And then I already said he's going to set her up for the gaslighting. So a lot of times, these are the 7 stages, but you're going to be back and forth. So he's already started with the criticism. Now he's doing the love bombing. It's Valentine's Day. It's her birthday. She's already saying he did good. He did great. He did all of the things. It was nice. And now he's giving her some money to go get her nails done. And here comes the motherfucking gaslighting. Mm. Now all of a sudden I got ninjas from my past pulling up at the house asking for me in black chargers, and you creating this narrative as if I got people pulling up, my exes, when we're married, we're here minding our business, and it's in the middle of a pandemic, but somebody is pulling up looking for me. I heard somebody was looking for me and it's my ex. I would have asked him, describe him. What did he look like? And see what he said. But she didn't, because she was in disarray. She's confused. She's getting her pedicure done, and all of a sudden he's calling her with this mess. And then when she pulls up, still confused, then he wants to continue the gaslighting by saying, "Hmm, I already told you I handled it. So now, by the way you're acting, makes me feel like, what else are you doing?" Most likely he's doing something. So now he's creating a narrative that she's doing something so that he can further gaslight her. So let's see what happens next.